All right. Hi, everybody. I am super excited to have our green cleaning webinar with you today. I'm just getting all my things set up here. And we will go ahead and get started. Okay. So welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining in to our green cleaning webinar. As we are going over the recipes tonight or today, please be sure to grab a pen and paper or jot the recipes down in the notes section of your phone because the recipes will not be listed on the screen. And then also stop me at any time if you're watching live to ask me any questions. You have a little group chat box off to the side, and I can answer any questions you have because we're going to cover a lot of information. And then for everyone who registered, you will receive a link to rewatch the recording, but it's only going to be live for 24 hours. So it'll be available until 1 o'clock tomorrow. So I'll be sure to send that out to you also. So welcome to the class, like I just said. In case we have not met, my name is Loren, and I absolutely love supporting people who are eager to find themselves an alternative to common household cleaners and supplies, and just an alternative to some of the harsh things we use on our bodies in our everyday lives. So actually 4 years ago to the day yesterday was my 4-year anniversary with dōTERRA. I was introduced to dōTERRA and my entire quality of life drastically changed. So while I am not a doctor and I cannot make any medical or curative claims, dōTERRA essential oils restore balance to the body in a way like nothing else can. I have a chronic medical condition. It's called mitochondrial disease. It impacts muscle tone, decreased energy, causes me to have some heart issues, and I have a compromised immune system. In my entire life, I was constantly sick with infections, and it came to a halt during my freshman year of college. When I was so sick, I had to leave my out-of-state school and my dorm and move back in with my parents after just one semester. And I'm allergic to the majority of medications, so the doctors basically said, we don't have anything else we can give to you. You're just going to have to suffer through. And, that's never a nice thing to hear. So my mom had been doing research on natural alternatives, and I'm a super type A person, and I like to have science and facts to back things up. So I was super skeptical. She almost had to literally drag me to a dōTERRA class. And after I quote unquote tested the oils and did some research, I realized how powerful and effective and easy these oils are to use. And in my 4 years with dōTERRA, I've only been sick 3 times, and just with like minor sinus infections, which is a world record for me. And so I am passionate about helping you find your perfect oils to help you along your path of health and wellness. And so today we are going to be focusing on the cleaning aspect, which is not something that I usually share. So I'm pretty excited about that. So whether you clean your own home or you have a housekeeper or someone else in your home does the cleaning or a combination of all three, I know that there are probably 2 things that bother you. First is filth, and second is chemicals. So unfortunately, most people are using common household cleaners like detergent, hand soap, and dish soap, which are often filled with harmful ingredients that put you and your family at risk. So ignorance is not bliss when it comes to cleaning your home, and there are alternatives that are not only safer, but also more effective and cheaper than what you are accustomed to using right now. And I'll never forget when I was first exposed to these oils and these alternatives. It was such a relief for me and my entire family because our cleaning supplies always fell short of our standards. If you know me and my mom, Susan, we are very type A. We like things to be very, very clean. And we love this because these alternatives cost us a few cents to make, whereas before we were giving out, big bucks for the fancy cleaners that weren't really cleaning. And essential oils are effective as these alternatives. So they are highly concentrated and they are 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. So I say respect the oils because a little bit goes a long way. For topical and just useful for yourself applications, you only need about 1 to 2 drops, which is really nice. For cleaning, of course, we'll multiply those a few more because we're making big batches of things. And if you want to know a little bit more about the science behind oils, I actually just posted on my blog. It's essentialbenefitsllc.com. And I actually just posted a blog post this morning called Everything You Need to Know About Essential Oils. And I go really into depth about the science and the research that goes into essential oils in general. And then as how doTERRA takes it several steps further. So I highly recommend you look up that post. And a drop of promise. So this is probably the question I get asked most often when sharing essential oils because there are so many brands on the market. But not all oils are created equally, and I cannot emphasize that enough. One of the reasons I chose doTERRA is because of their co-impact sourcing. So doTERRA sources its oils from all over the world so that each oil is derived from its indigenous environment. When they are grown and harvested at the proper climate and altitude and the season and the right soil, you end up with a far superior oil than someone who's just growing lavender in their backyard here in Georgia. And so this is where doTERRA's commitment to purity begins. The second and main reason that doTERRA oils are great is because they are CPTG, or Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. And this is really important because every oil has 0 fillers, no synthetics, dyes, pesticides, or contaminants of any kind. They are just pure, unadulterated oil. And doTERRA created this standard as a promise of purity, and each and every batch is third-party tested through 5 rigorous levels of testing. And they do those 5 levels of testing with that third-party lab and then again in-house. So you can be confident that your oils are not only pure, but they're very potent and effective as well. And they take it another step further and they publish every single test result for every single batch of oil at sourcetoyou.com. And if you look at the bottom of one of your essential oil bottles, if you have one near you right now, if you turn it over, you'll see there's a lot number on the bottom. And you can go to sourcetoyou.com, type in that lot number, and you can see the testing for your exact bottle of oil, which is so, so cool. And I talk about that a little bit more on my blog post. If you, like I said, essentialbenefitsllc.com, and it's called Everything You Should Know About Essential Oils if you're interested in learning more about that. So there are 3 different ways that you can use essential oils. The first way is topically. So when you apply the oils to the area of your body that needs support, they reach your bloodstream within 20 seconds, and then they are distributed throughout the body within 20 minutes. Most of these oils can be applied neat directly to the skin. There are a few that are considered a hot oil, like oregano and cinnamon. So always check your label to see if you need to dilute. The second way you can use the oils is aromatically. So just put a drop in your hand and inhale. You can diffuse. There's so many ways to do that. And then the third way is internally. And doTERRA is the only brand of essential oil that I would trust to use internally. Again, I talk a little bit more about that on my blog post, but I want to focus on cleaning today. So if you have any questions about applications for internal use, please be sure to send me a message, and I'm happy to help. So I'm about to share some research that I found. It's called, it's from a site called womensvoice.org, which is a great website for anyone interested in learning more about health-related studies and toxicity. And now I want to preface this by saying I don't want to scare you. These are not scare tactics, but these are real risks that everyday cleaning products create for people who use them. And so I just want to make sure that you are informed. So there was a recent study, or several studies actually, that point to certain cleaning chemicals having a link to asthma and reproductive harm. Children, women who are pregnant, women who are trying to get pregnant, and those who already have asthma are especially vulnerable to those chemicals. And just as alarming, children are often most vulnerable to chemicals because their organs and immune systems are not yet fully developed. So it has an impact on their development. And it can have neurological effects. It can affect their endocrine and immune systems and things that can follow them into their adult lives. So the overuse of disinfectant chemicals in our homes has also contributed to the growing problem of antibiotic-resistant bacteria, or the superbugs. Um, and the truth is that in most households, the need for routine disinfection to this level is extremely rare. So scientists agree that Castile soap and water are just as effective for most routine cleaning jobs as these harsh chemicals, which is kind of a big deal. And research has also shown that safer alternatives have disinfectant properties that can be used in place of those chemicals. Um, Other steps can be taken to prevent the need for disinfectant in the first place. And because we know very little about the long-term impacts of chronic exposure to these chemicals in your household products, it's important just to be informed. And while additional studies are needed in order to fully determine the safety of those chemicals over our lifetime, the potential negative impacts um, are definitely a cause for concern. And so I'm going to share some of the most cleaning products, or the most common cleaning products that are probably in your closet right now, and then tell you some of the risks. And then I'm going to share some safer alternatives with some of my favorite DIY recipes with doTERRA. So first is chlorine bleach. So this is commonly used to treat drinking water, sanitize swimming pools, and to whiten laundry. But it is known as an eye, skin, and respiratory irritant. So there's also a danger of mixing chlorine bleach with other cleaners, especially ammonia. It can release a dangerous gas into your home. And this exposure causes coughing, shortness of breath, chest pain, nausea, and other symptoms. And so it's always good just to avoid that. I mean, I can think back, I had a teeny tiny little bathroom in my dorm room for the one semester that I was away at college. And I was in charge of cleaning that. My roommates and I split it up, and I was in charge of cleaning the bathroom, and I would have to come out and like gasp for air because it was just such a strong chemical smell in there. It would make me lightheaded. It would hurt my eyes. And I'm just thinking, I never want to go back to that now that I have these oils. I'd much rather smell wild orange when I'm cleaning than have a chlorine ammonia smell, you know? So the second one we have here is ammonia, which is often included in glass and other surface cleaners. And it, again, can be irritating to the eyes, the skin, the throat, and the lungs. And it can also burn your skin and cause severe eye damage, even blindness upon contact. So when ammonia enters the body as a result of breathing or swallowing or skin contact, it reacts with water to produce ammonium hydroxide. And this is a corrosive chemical, and it's damaging to your cells immediately. And especially with children, they are so susceptible to this. So it's very dangerous, especially those with asthma also. Then please bear with me as I try to pronounce these names. This is triclosan and triclocarbon. They are commonly added to household cleaning products such as soap, dish soap, and a broad range of other things like toothpaste, and it's even in your socks. And these chemicals are linked to hormone imbalance and the potential of increased risk for breast cancer later in life. So I was like, whew, when I was reading up on this, I was just shocked at how many of our things, even our socks, have this chemical in there. And it's just putting us at so much risk. And then the last one we're going to talk about is nano silver. And this can be incorporated into fabrics and textiles, plastics, soap, packaging, other material, giving each the natural disinfectant property of silver metal. But those nano silver particles can penetrate deep into your body and have been shown in several studies to be toxic to your liver and to your brain. And nobody wants that, right? And then the last thing I'm going to cover here is fragrance. So I'm sure that you have heard the term fragrance or read this as an ingredient on cleaning supplies in particular. But fragrance can be either natural or man-made to make an odor or scent. And any fragrance can be made up of potentially hundreds of different toxic ingredients. It's estimated that between 80 to 90% of raw materials used in both cosmetics and cleaning fragrances are synthetic and they're not actually plant-based, even if they claim to be. Um, and so, of course, when we're using that, we're inhaling it, those chemicals are getting into our body. And it has been linked, or there are different types of fragrances that have been linked to, they've actually found them in women's breast milk. They can pass those chemicals on to their children. And people who usually, and they're also in our lotion, our deodorants, our perfume. And of course, women are more at risk because we're targeted by the market because women are usually doing the shopping. They're usually doing more of the cleaning, not always, but just typically, broadly speaking. And so we're very vulnerable to this. It can be hormone disrupting, and it has been linked to infertility and pregnancy problems. And even just a small amount of exposure to those toxic chemicals has been linked to impacts on children later in life. So it's always good to just avoid those synthetic fragrances whenever possible, because some manufacturers will disclose the ingredients on their bottles, but they are not required by law to list what the ingredients in the fragrance is. So it may just say fragrance, but there could be over 100 chemicals in that one fragrance that you have no idea. So I'm extremely passionate about this topic. So now hopefully I haven't scared you too much, but I encourage you to go look at your cleaning bottles and see what toxic chemicals are on the back of your ingredients there. So now I'm going to share with you how you can keep your home safe, keep your home clean, and give you peace of mind. So I love this. It says, I prefer the smell of lavender. And that's true, just like I was talking about cleaning the bathroom earlier. So vinegar is often used as a glass and window cleaner because it can produce that streak-free shine that we all want that usually comes in that blue bottle. And it's highly acidic, which makes it effective at destroying bacteria. So grab your pencil, grab your pen, type this note down. Here's my first recipe for you. I want you to try a glass cleaner, and here's what you're going to use. 1 cup of white vinegar, 1 cup of water, 8 drops of any citrus oil. So personally, I love lemon and wild orange, but lime, grapefruit, tangerine, citrus bliss, these are all great. Combine it all in a glass spray bottle and then just spray your surfaces. And not only is it effective at cleaning those glass surfaces, but your entire household also gets the therapeutic aromatic benefits of those citrus oils. And as you know, citrus oils are uplifting to your mood. They lessen stress, they naturally detoxify your body, and they boost your immune system. So I would much rather use that than potentially harmful things in my home. The next thing we have here is borax. So borax is a naturally occurring powdered substance, and it's often used as a water softener, but it makes a great laundry freshener. And the chemical properties here make it a great cleaner and a bleaching agent also. So I would recommend mixing that with Purify and using that as your fabric softener or your bleaching agent. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later. And if you have any questions, like I said, I'm going to go through these recipes kind of quickly, so be sure you write them down. And then if you don't get to all of them, you can always ask, and I'm going to send you the recording later this afternoon so you can go back and watch and get whichever recipes you don't currently have. So like we talked about earlier, the use of doTERRA oils for cleaning helps to clean our bodies. It helps keeps our world that we live in clean. And these oils are concentrated and powerful, and it's safe for even our youngest children to use. And it doesn't take many drops to create just a safe disinfectant cleaner. With a beautiful, natural, plant-based fragrance, and it only costs you a few cents, so it's a win-win. If you haven't already, go check out, it's called PubMed. This is a free research database. And search for the oils that we're going to be talking about, like On Guard, Melaleuca, Purify, Clove, Oregano, Lemon. And you're going to find hundreds of studies on their antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal properties. And I have links to a few of those in that blog post that is up today, everything you need to know about essential oils, on my website. Okay, so relax. We have a big mess. The first thing, or the next thing we're going to make is our chemical-free household cleaner. So here's your next recipe to write down. In a large spray bottle, you're going to combine 2 cups of water with a ½ cup of white vinegar and 10 drops of lemon or any of the citrus oils. You want to make sure that your spray bottle is either made of glass or a number 2 plastic. If you look on the bottom of any sort of plastic cup or spray bottle, it will have a recycle symbol on the bottom, and you want to use a number 1 or a number 2 plastic. Otherwise, the oils are going to eat through the plastics, they're going to leach the chemicals out of the plastic, and it's going to disintegrate. So we don't want that. We actually have a huge spray bottle in my house. We bought it at Home Depot. It was pretty cheap. It's a number 2 plastic. And I was thinking about it when I was making my notes for this webinar, and we've had it for about 3 years. So it's going to last you a long, long time. Of course, glass is always the ideal vessel here. But, you know, number 1, number 2 plastics are totally safe also. So now we need a disinfectant. So here's your disinfectant recipe. This is 4 drops of eucalyptus, 4 drops of lemon, and 2 drops of bergamot. You're going to put this in a 4-ounce spray bottle. Again, number 1 or 2 plastic or glass. And then you're going to fill it the rest of the way with distilled water. So this is going to be used to disinfect your hands, your counters, doorknobs, toilet seats, anything that you can think of, honestly. You want to shake well before each use. Just spray down the surface, wipe it off. Another amazing option is the On Guard sanitizing mist, which already is from dōTERRA. It's an excellent disinfectant. Comes in a little spray pump. It's really little. I use it as my hand sanitizer in my purse. And it's only $6.50, but you can spray any type of surfaces with this, and it's super effective. So you can use it on shopping carts, fast food restaurant tables, gas pumps, whatever. I'm a germophobic person, guys, and so I spray everything with my On Guard spray. So our next one is, our recipe is called Destroy the Germs. So what you're going to do here for this recipe, get ready to write it down, is you're going to add 16 drops of cassia and 11 drops of grapefruit oil to an 8-ounce spray bottle of water. So you're just going to spray this liberally. It's going to destroy the germs, and it's also going to freshen stale rooms. So this is perfect for playrooms. I know we have a lot of teachers, for classrooms, for daycares, the gym, your workout mat, your workout shoes, the list goes on. Anything that needs a little refreshing but also might have lots of germs, this is the ideal spray. So next we have another disinfectant, and this one is 15 drops of On Guard and 6 drops of lemon. You're going to add this to a spray bottle of water, shake and disinfect again counters, toilet seats, doorknobs. The list goes on. There's so many different recipes you can use for a disinfectant spray. I wanted to give you 2 different ones, just because sometimes, honestly, it boils down to which scent you like best, because all the oils are super powerful in both recipes. So rotten food is no match for me. So let's talk about freshening the air. So first I'm going to give you a spray, and then we're going to talk about diffusing. So for a spray, you're going to do 15 drops of wild orange. And then you're going to do 15 drops of peppermint. Again, you're going to put this in a glass spray bottle of water. And you're going to spray anywhere. Think about this as your natural Febreze. Anywhere that might be a little stale, might have a weird pet odor going on. Purify is another great thing to make a spray. I see that our internet connection is unstable. Oh, so my internet's been going in and out. Hopefully this will stay going. If not, I will have a clear connection on the recording, and I apologize for any inconvenience. But as far as like diffusing goes, you can think about like a teenage boy's room that always needs a little refreshing, or maybe dinner had a very odd aroma, or you accidentally burnt something. So stale odors, burnt food smells. What you're gonna do is diffuse 2 drops of Purify and 3 drops of lemon, and it's gonna just eliminate that odor pretty much as soon as the diffuser starts running. And Susan, my mom, has gotten to where she pretty much uses this diffuser blend anytime she cooks, because she does not like that leftover food smell. But it's super powerful also for pet odors also. So that's a great little tip to have. So now we're going to talk about making things sparkle. So for sparkling clean sinks and tubs and counters, you're going to mix drops of lemon, lemongrass, peppermint, or wild orange. Totally up to you. You're going to mix these essential oils with baking soda and just enough water to create a paste. Then you're going to store the cleanser in a glass jar. Mason jars work perfectly. Leave it overnight so that it all is absorbed into the baking soda. Next day, scoop out the cleanser with your hand and scrub and wipe down as usual. You can even use a little soft scrubbing brush that works great, and you're going to sparkle and shine. And you can store that. Honestly, it doesn't really have an expiration date, so just as long as you need it. Now we're going to talk about making our laundry smell great. So to disinfect and freshen laundry, you're going to kill dust mites. What you're going to do is add 3 drops of Purify oil, which is what we're going to draw for at the end, for those of you watching live, to your wash cycle. And honestly, what I do is I just put the 3 drops right in with my laundry detergent. You can also put this on a wet rag and put a few drops of Purify on there, throw it in with your wash, and it's going to have the same effect. You can also use wool dryer balls, and just kind of gives a light scent and a nice little extra cleansing to your clothes. It's great, again, for pet smells, gym clothes, stinky teenage boys, whatever your personal need is. You're going to love this little trick. I actually do this with every load of laundry that I use, not just the particular smelly ones. So something we don't do, or I'm guilty of not doing, is cleaning my oven very often. And I love this cleanser because it really is very little work for me. So here's your recipe for this. You're going to add 15 drops of lemon oil to a spray bottle filled with water. Then you're going to spray it all over the inside of your dirty oven. Then you're going to shake about 3 to 4 cups of baking soda inside the oven to thickly coat as much surface area as possible, including the racks. Then again, you're going to spray just enough lemon water over the baking soda to just so it's barely moistened. Close the oven door. Wait till the next morning. The next day, you're going to wipe down the oven walls with a paper towel or a sponge. Once you get rid of all the clumps and grime, spray the inside again with that lemon water solution. Wipe it down one final time. And you're going to be amazed at how well this works. And then your oven smells nice and fresh. So then we have our toilet bowl cleaner. What you're going to do here's your recipe. Sprinkle baking soda and 1 to 2 drops of lemon essential oil in the bowl. Then you're going to spray down the toilet seats and bowl with one of the 2 disinfectant sprays that we talked about earlier. Either one works. And then clean and wipe down as usual, and you are ready to go. Then we have our hardwood floor cleaner. So you're going to add about 1/4 a cup of white vinegar, and you're going to add up to 10 drops of essential oil. It's a personal preference here, recommended from what I use and from what the research I've done. People recommend using lavender, lemon, Purify, or wild orange. Personally, I am favorable to wild orange, but it's totally what smell you like, honestly. You're going to add the white vinegar and the 10 drops of oil to a bucket of hot water, and then mop your floors as usual. And I love this because, especially this picture, because our kids do walk around barefoot. And so you think about how when we've just mopped with those toxic um, cleaning supplies, their little feet and their skin is absorbing all of those toxins. As opposed to when you use the oils, their little feet are absorbing the wild orange and they're getting all of those benefits, which is pretty neat. Then we have a carpet cleaner, which is pretty cool. So what you're going to do, here's your recipe. You are going to stir 20 drops of any fresh smelling essential oil like lemon, peppermint, wild orange, or citrus bliss. And you're going to stir it into a cup of baking soda. You're going to place the baking soda in a covered container overnight, again, so the oils absorb into the baking soda. And then you're going to lightly sprinkle your carpet and vacuum it up. And it helps to just pull some of that dirt and grime out of the carpet. It helps, the oil there helps to kill any bacteria or germs that are there, and it leaves your carpet smelling wonderfully fresh. Then this is our goodbye mold recipe. So here's your recipe for this. You're going to spray mold and mildew with straight white vinegar. Then you're going to wipe it down with a cloth sprinkled with Melaleuca, lemon, and Purify. Leave it alone for about half of an hour, then rinse it off. And I have a windowsill in my bedroom that around this time of year when it's very rainy, it always would get a little bit of mold. And it's kind of like halfway behind my curtain also. And it was just so annoying. So when I first started using oils, I tried this recipe with the Melaleuca and lemon and the Purify. And the mold went away pretty much immediately. And the mold has not been back. And usually every single spring that was popping up on my windowsill, and now it's been 3 years and it hasn't come back, which is so really interesting to think that, you know, several years later it's still working. Of course, if it's a big mold job, you may need to repeat this a few times. But it is super powerful, and I promise you it will kick that mold to the curb. So we can talk about something about cleaning our produce. So this is something that we don't normally think about when we think about cleaning. But again, I said my mom and I are total germophobic people. And so we always wash our fruits and vegetables because, you know, you don't know what chemicals are on them. People have been walking through the store picking up that same apple that you were picking up. So what you can do is plug your kitchen sink and fill it with cool water and about 4 to 6 drops of grapefruit oil and 1 spoonful of baking soda. Add your produce, make sure it's all covered with the water, and soak it for about 20 minutes. And if it's soft produce like strawberries, just about 10 minutes will do. And not only is it going to cleanse your food, but it's also going to help preserve it and make it last a little bit longer, which is pretty cool. And I actually just posted about this on my Instagram. I posted a picture. It's me holding grapefruit with a bunch of berries in the background. And I posted lots of tips there. And my Instagram is Essential Benefits LLC. So go, I'm sorry, I'm so tongue-tied here. So be sure to go to my Instagram and check out that post because I do have a bunch of additional tips on washing your produce there. So that is the end of our recipes. And really the key with essential oils is to start thinking about them regularly. So many of us, myself included, have kind of been conditioned to reach for that blue window spray or that purple air freshener or the fragrance-filled detergent and hand sanitizer. But when you start opening up your mind to the DIY cleaning products that are safe and effective, you're going to notice a really satisfying difference in your home, in your health, and also in your bank account. Because you already have these powerful oils at your fingertips, most of them. If you started with kits, you're going to have most of these oils. And how cool is it that the lavender that you're going to put on your big toe to go to sleep is also the lavender that's going to power through germs and clean your hardwood floor. It's just these oils are so versatile, and there's so many different ways that you can use them. Whereas when you have a bottle of that blue window spray, well, that's not going to help you go to sleep. That's only going to be used for one thing. And I just also love that the applications, like most, I think let me see. I think as far as the recipe goes, the most essential oil drops that we used was 10 drops. And, you know, if it cost you 5 cents per drop, I mean, that's not going to cost you hardly any money at all. So I highly encourage you to give all of these cleaning products a try. I want to hear how you like them, what your favorite recipe is, and if you have any questions, let me know. And if you have your own DIY oil cleaner that I didn't talk about, I also want to hear about that because I'm always super excited to learn. So now you're thinking, now what? How do I use, or how do I know what to use? How do I get started? So I just want to really emphasize that you are never alone in your essential oil journey with me. I will personally be here to guide you every single step of the way, and I have all the answers to your questions. If I don't have an answer to your question, we will research it together. We'll reach up to our upline. I'll make introductions to other people who are on this journey with us, our little oily family. In addition, I have a really special email series that I send out to all my new users that lays out the foundation and awareness on how to incorporate essential oils into your daily life. And if you would like to be added to the email series and you're already a wholesale member, please be sure to send me a message. You can send a message to my texting number, which is 229-999-7009. Message me on Facebook or Instagram. My email is essentialbenefits, so number 4, the letter U, at iCloud.com. If you go to my website, essentialbenefitsllc.com, there's a contact form there also. And so there are a number of ways that you can get started using the oils for yourself. So I'm going to show you the 2 most popular packages. The first is the Home Essentials Kit, which has 10 of our most popular oils that we just saw. And it has the big bottles with 250 drops per bottle, and it comes with a petal diffuser for only $2.75. And the really cool thing here is it includes a 25% wholesale discount. So this is an obligation-free discount, kind of like a Sam's Club or a Costco membership. So there's no lock-in requirements. If you choose to get oils in the future, you simply get the 25% discounted rate. You get your own login, and your order shipped to you within 2 business days right to your door. The second option is the Family Essentials and Beadlet Kit. And this includes the 10 most popular oils from the previous kit, and it has the small bottles with 80 drops per bottle. And it includes On Guard and Peppermint Beadlets for internal use. It also includes a 25% wholesale discount, and it's $150. Plus, here's my special offer to you. If you order by tomorrow, which is Thursday, April 26, 2018, you're going to get a free cleaning DIY set with spray bottles and recipes from me. And from doTERRA, if you order a kit by the end of April, that's worth 100 PV, you're going to get 50 product credits back for free from doTERRA. And if you enroll with me, I am also gifting you an additional 50 PV of product credits. So basically, you spend 150 on your kit and your wholesale membership, and you're getting $100 worth of free products of your choice that can be redeemed at any time during the next year. So it's a huge deal. So if you're ready to get started, go to mydoterra.com/LCooley. Cooley is COOLEY. And then you're going to click Join and Save at the top right corner, and then choose Wholesale Customer. I have directions on the website on how to do that. You can always contact me if you have questions. And then if someone in my group has invited you tonight, I want to make sure that you stay connected with them. So please contact them to get their specific link so that you can enroll with them. If you can't get in contact with them, let me know and I can find the link for you, and we'll make sure that you join under their part of our oily family. So thank you all so much for joining. I had a great time. I hope you got lots of recipe inspiration and you're ready to go make over your cleaning cabinet. Again, if you have any questions, let me know, and you can watch this recording for the next 24 hours. And so now we are going to do our live drawing, for those of you watching live, for a bottle of Purify, which is what I was talking about, which is great for stale odors, pet odors, your gym odors, your food odors, cleansing. It has melaleuca in it, so it's very cleansing to surfaces. And let me make sure I have everyone's name. written down here. Okay. And we're going to do our drum roll. And our winner is Linda. Woohoo! Yay, Linda! I'm so excited. Congratulations on winning that Purify oil, Linda. I will get that out to you in the coming days. Again, thank you guys so much for joining. Please stay connected with me on Facebook and Instagram. Again, it's at Essential Benefits LLC. And if you have any questions, I'm always here to help. I look forward to seeing how you all love your cleaning. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.